Over here.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow still. Today we'll be looking... When see... Before long. I had to...
You neglected...
My apologies.
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
Get a load of this guy.
I only agreed...
Much obliged. Yesterday morning, I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure...
What is there to investigate? Caesar was...
Please, sir, no...
Possibility. The weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows...
Oh, sir, my pride...
Your pride?
I want to find out...
What would that...
Uh-oh. This is...
Renzo? Is that...
Another day, I'm...
Oh, come...
If I wanted your life...
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've...
Oh, hey! This is your first time... and he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being...
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of...
Sorry,
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Linny, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that fell to pieces.
Totally. He's gotta be...
I think so, too. That guy Edmondo seemed... You okay there?
Oh, it's you guys. I say wait.
So, he was...
Hey! Don't go...
What kind of...
Don't even ask. I'm sorry. And take it from me. Trouble. That's not a good...
And there he goes.
Shh. I think don't say anything and don't look back. You followed us a long way. Why don't...
So you're Linny. And we're... Save us the trouble and...
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister. Who's...
Save your questions, missy.
Looks like we can't... Now, I'm not the...
Don't worry.
Curses. They're tougher than we thought. Come on, let's scram!
Hurry, wise guys! We ain't through it! Oh, they got away! Did you catch what... Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. You're right. Maybe she...
Let's head back to...
Gemma?
You again.
We just ran into... So...
What? That's putting it mild. It's been 10... How do I know I can...
I'm afraid I can't... Because you see...
Okay.
I've heard that Caesar used... Do you know where it...
The Fuscus. I also know...
Understood.
Got it. But if I'm staying...
I mean...
Okay.
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Looks like these boxes... There we go.
Upon the gale.
Behold!
So This was Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device. Whoa. Look, the doll in the box is glowing.
Settle down!
There's something written on the card on the... These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
Silence!
Let's keep trying.
Let's light it up!
The wind rises.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too... We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe, Aha!
A secret...
I'm a magician too. Looks pretty big. Now... Step right up. Yeah.
Why have you stopped, Lenny? Is there some device...
It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you... If anyone makes...
All right.
The placement of... Wind rises.
Wow! This book's thick as a brick! Let's take a peek and...
At one of my shows a few days ago, as a joke, so I wound up... Two children came to talk. Anyway, I told them... It seems like surely I have a good... They have also... They wanted to call with time. Gemma thinks... It's nearly time. I once over... It's only been... They're very They hide things. That's the thing about... I can sense after thinking... P.S. P.P.S. Oh, Caesar.
Two magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Linny and... Linny?
Shh, hold.
Fishy?
All in good. First, the magician slots at this point. Meanwhile, oh no! Is that
Very vivid
the audience's gaze? Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking. The inventor of he fell right to the... And no one else has ever...
So Caesar's fake Paimon was about... Wait a second.
Glad you asked. This box right here is the one that's... Once the magician's inside, and the box is lifted up and... From where they're at this point, he then escapes through this trapdoor.
That's way simpler than Paimon Impact.
Well, there's a little more. There's the falling dove. Many days. Caesar was...
So...
I can make... I looked into the case files.
Okay.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Because a magician can't afford to have their the essence of... And so, but in his most stressed... Exactly. I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would... But I'm sure... So he... Much like when you... Instinctively, with the stakes being as high as they were...
When in reality... But...
It would have to have... Isn't that...
You just... There's not a lot of... But I gave...
You mean...
Yes, although... Which is why you can't leave...
Had enough yet? Look, I think it's high time...
He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made...
So it was just...
Jealousy. He poured everything into it, but the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all. He forbade, and with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I had to kill him.
And this was your...
It was reason enough.
Well, I was
In love with
Guess I was wrong.
I am. Caesar, I never bought into any of that.
Oh, yeah!
That's just how I stole cheap.
So that's...
What choice? So be it.
Very well. Traveler, Paimon. Keep an eye on the...
At least I can...
Linny has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
Look, what kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Linny? Should...
Let's run...
Good point!
Ah, you're back. You were so quick.
You're third...
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and...
That's beside...
Did everything go okay?
Of course!
Gosh, I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but I
It's okay, but you don't need...
always wanted... I was so... Thank you all...
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed. At least his soul.
Don't blame you.
Yeah.
Cheer up, Gemma. My brothers do this show.
In Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No, where are we? Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah, Caesar's diary! We never found out if the two kids Caesar taught magic to were living in... Paimon's excited to see another of Linny's magic!
Not this time, so I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, lady. The great magician Linny has prepared...
Thank you all.
Exciting stuff.
Yes, it's just...
No wonder. So,
Children love and some...
Aw.
It was...
Oh,
Is that right, after all?
that's right.
Right. Yes, you can breathe.
See? Even the Phantom Weasel! Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
Hazel.
As Linny once said, a performer's... But once... It's been 10 years, Gemma.
What are you... Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is...
Ladies, there will now be a brief... The final performance will take place outside of the...
The Phantom Weasel never did like public... Don't worry. This place...
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood. This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully, I do have a backup plan. Now, who wants to hear a story?
Linny? Don't we have more important things to address right now? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago. Oh, what the heck's going on?
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the questions you want to ask. And as it happens, the story I'm about to tell might answer a few of them.
Really? Well then, let's hear it! Paimon's dying of curiosity here!
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine. She never missed a target, never left a trace, and no treasure was safe from her thieving hands. But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was. Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to at her incur afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
But I just have...
Don't worry, but I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience with a little Caesar. Who would suspect?
Wait, but why would Lorenzo agree to that?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny, if you're so confident having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But...
An excellent answer.
Is that...
As a matter of... Why would the...
Of course. If left to fend for herself after her parents, she'd scrounge... This was her own... Once again, she... This was a fate too cruel. I will rot.
That's some...
Does this...
Yes, it is quite to my taste.
Huh. 'Cause without...
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, Linny...
Well, the most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the weasel to show themselves. Of course we did.
Wait. He taught you math.
We remember all 10 years ago, but we...
And?
Free? Caesar once I think that applied... Life took me.
What are you trying?
I'm saying that for the... Back to Loren, he knew who... You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee...
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom.
Gather round. I'm sure you're...
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all... But we have now learned...
Guess that's my... Traveler, Paimon. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight.
Lenny, you two, you don't have to tell lies to end up...
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So,
Like Lenny said.
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what...
All right. Well...
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute.
How could he possibly have done that?
How mysterious. What a heart-stopping magic show. Caesar's name has finally been... Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Linny anyway. Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But, oh, yeah, all right, let's...
Magic? I was honestly... Sometime... Did he regret taking...
You know?
After I joined the House of the Heart, I told you about my path, but I quickly I needed to... We were
So that's why...
Yes. In all, for instance, but in truth, what amazed... Trust...
Lenny...
Still worried, but don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the... After Caesar, that night, to keep... You only realize how much...
Yeah, cheer up. We've had delicious... You know, Traveler? Doesn't that kind...
Exactly. It's the same. Life has taken... That's why the darkness... All right.
It was amazing.
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are...
Aw, come on.
Oh, all right then. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar.
Huh? My goodness, you're...
3?
Now, have another...
Really? Let's see. Wow, there it is! But more importantly...
Well, if you...
Is that it?
Ah, look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my... I look forward...
Shall we head back down too? Let's head to this...
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my...
Oh, please, Lenny. Oh,
huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, but just as dawn broke...
That was quick.
Too late, bro.
Aha!
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded...
Okay, then.
Oh,
I remember now. Quickfire question. Where did you all...
Oh, we went to this... Actually, glad you mentioned it.
What?
No, I just...
What?
Seems... Forgive my persistence. Apparently... All right, I guess I'll leave...
Lynette? Oh, really?
Phew. Please, take good care. I'd be really upset.